When you're activating your muscles, when you're moving, I want you to squeeze with purpose, not momentum. And for example, I was watching somebody do a reverse hyperextension. For those of you guys that don't know what that is, it's the reverse of the back extensions that you see people sometimes do in that Roman chair, right? And this person was kind of just throwing their legs up. And they were getting the action that I had demonstrated, but they weren't getting it in by their own contraction. They weren't actively getting it. It's almost like they threw their legs up and passively getting into that spot where they wanted to be. So it was almost like a reaction as opposed to an action of the muscles. And that is potentially when you get into some risk of injury. And I previously talked about, checking your actions before you might check yourself, before you wreck yourself. That was one of the things that came to mind. And again, not to induce fear about movement and exercise, but you want to be purposeful with your contraction. If at all possible, you want to think about squeezing the muscle that's doing the action. Squeezing, or maybe the better word is shortening that muscle, because sometimes the action that's happening is the muscle shortens the distance between those 2 points that it's contracting. But I want you to do it purposely. Like, I want you to do it with intent, contract. So in this case, you're contracting your glutes so that your feet lift up, not throw your feet up and it happens to look the same or similar. And a trained eye can see, a coach that has a trained eye can tell the difference between a momentum and a contraction. And there's maybe a slight contraction when you're throwing yourself up with momentum, but most of that is happening because of the action that was initiated. It was so powerful that it overtook. And that's why you'll often hear coaches say to slow down, to think about it, don't let gravity do the job. It's because we want you to purposely contract and feel that muscle. Get that conscious control of that muscle, because that's going to provide more results, but also it's going to keep you in the safest position. Your body is going to contract the right muscle for the action that we're looking to get from you, and not put any other part of your body at risk because the wrong muscle is doing the action, or maybe a joint is put in a compromised position. So when you're doing the exercises, when you're contracting, I want you to squeeze or contract, squeeze with purpose and not momentum.